beautiful people, welcome back to my channel. Today we're talking about this new eyeshadow palette from Nomad Cosmetics that is about to launch. Today I'm going to do an overview on the palette. I'm going to share 5 different look tutorials, including this makeup look that's on my eyes right now. And I'm going to, of course, share my first impression, roundup thoughts at the end of this video. If that sounds interesting to you, please continue watching. This palette is called Pacific Northwest. This packaging, they did it again. It's so absolutely stunning. It has a canvas print. It's a similar approach that they did with Fuji 5 Lakes. So many people had like a jaw-dropping moment when that palette came out. They did this again here and it's absolutely stunning. Pacific Northwest eyeshadow palette. The textured canvas palette cover captures Pacific Northwest soaring peaks, misty forests, and rugged coasts. A spectrum of nature-inspired hues, greens to cascading waterfall blues, 9 flourishing mattes, 3 sparkly shimmers, 4 dazzling duochromes, and 2 majestic multichromes. And this time, Nomad Cosmetics is so proud to support Conservation Northwest that works to protect, connect, and restore wildlands and wildlife of the Pacific Northwest. Alright guys, this is the final finished look. Let me know what you think. Which look was your favorite? Which look gave you the most inspiration? And now I want to share with you my first impression thoughts on the palette. Packaging. We have to talk about the packaging, you guys. It's stunning. This canvas-like design, I honestly would not mind to have this printed into a painting and put on my wall because I love mountains and I love some type of water view. Hiking is like one of my favorite things to do outdoors. This is perfection to me. This color story is beautiful. It's muted. It's a little bit colorful. I have to say that this palette, or shades rather, if we're talking about the matte specifically, they surprised me because at first when I look at the palette, I really thought it was more muted than it actually turned out to be. I think this palette is actually more colorful. You can build up a brightness of the color in this palette, but you can also sheer it out. I generally enjoy that factor, but that caught me by surprise, like how bright these colors can get, how vivid they can get. When you look at this palette, it is arranged in vertical 6 pans by color stores, and while you can do more of the monochromatic approach, which I love that, I do love me a good monochromatic looks, but today I kind of happened to be all over the palette for my looks, and I just wanted to experiment it because a lot of times in my videos I do monochromatic looks, more like obvious looks, but today I just decided that I want to switch things up and see how versatile this palette can be. To me, this palette proved to be versatile. I think you can just mix and match all these colors the way you see fit, and they go together very well. As far as the mattes, I think it's the same formula that I've seen in other palettes from Nomad, so it's very consistent throughout the palette as well. And like I mentioned earlier, the mattes, the ones that are like more of the mid-tone, they can definitely be sheared out a little bit or build up the intensity, so you can manipulate the color a little bit. I don't think that there are any redundancy in my opinion about any of the shades. So as far as the shimmers, I multi-chromes and duochromes here. As some formulas, they're a little bit thinner, and some formulas that have like a little bit more texture to them. I would suggest doing your eyes first, and some of the shades I sprayed throughout this video as I was creating my looks. When I was creating this look as well, I did my eyes first and I had to wipe some of the fallouts, but I generally think that this formula is very pretty and the shadows are really pretty. I definitely think that the shimmers become more intense as you spray them, or you can layer them with your finger. The variety of shimmers is so pretty. Like the burgundy and the lilac combo, fire. This is a combination I've been wanted to wear more this season as soon as the temperature cools down. It's cooling down, but not fast enough here in Florida. I really love this shade. I really enjoyed this blue. It's very pretty, and it builds up to like really nice opacity. The lighter mattes here, they're not sheer, they actually build up and they're so pretty. These lighter, brighter, like neonish / pastel shades can be very iffy, especially on my pale skin. I think it's generally one of those palettes that is neutral for a colorful lover, a little bit of muted colorful for a neutral lover. I'm glad Nomad Cosmetics sent this palette to me and I got to review it for you guys and show you 5 looks today. Let me know what you think. Will you be picking up this palette? Is this color story appealing to you? Maybe you already have something similar in your collection. Let's chat in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. I appreciate you being here till the end of the video. Thanks so much for watching, hanging out with me today, and I'll catch you in my next video.